right, we should be good to go now. For real this time.
Take two, take two.
So, Mysticleez. You kind of play like a lot of positions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Mysticleez, the 6th pick for Chilly Mountain CCL. How did it feel being drafted?
It was very surprising for me, super exciting. Had adrenaline pumping when I got the message from Chill. I prior to to the announcement to everyone, because I was in a call and with my old NGS team, and I wanted to tell them so bad. I was like, so when I did get drafted, I was very happy. So it was a great feeling.
We had our eyes on you. Nice. So what are you most excited for this season of CCL?
I'm just really excited to see how the league itself takes off. If there's a resounding support for it, which it appears to be already, then it just gonna open more opportunities for a game that I've been involved with for many years, and it's a game that I love to play. Traveled across the country to play it, college, and then for me personally, I would like to see how this if I can stream under the Chilly Mountain name and the CCL. So those are my main excitement / goals for the league to take off, and for streaming consistently. That's the main thing, to be consistent.
Nice. Which team are you most excited to play against?
My favorite team to play against would be Simplicity, because I used to room with their 6th pick, Noah. We went to Robert Morris together, Chicago, lived there with him a year, and then he stayed in Chicago. I went to visit back and forth. So he's just a really good friend, and we've always played on the same team, even for NGS and whatnot. So it'd be nice to play against him in a competitive environment. Like, there'd be some memes and stuff, and it would be really fun. So if he found his way to a playing position in that game, then I found my way into a playing position, that would be the game that would be the most exciting for me.
That'd be pretty epic too if both teams were using their
Yeah, there's 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think there's been a rivalry yet for Chilly Mountain with any of the other teams?
I would say not one team specifically, but there's definitely a target on our back. It's going to be exciting to hopefully provide them with some upsets and pick up steam as the playoffs progress.
It's good to be like under, what is that word?
The underdog, less pressure. Yeah.
So how did you get started playing HOTS?
I used to play League with my brother when he was in college. It was our way of like hanging out because he was out of state. I used to play casually, and then he started telling me like, "Wow, you're pretty good. There's this thing called LCS, yada yada yada." Long way down the road, I used to watch HOTS Alpha gameplay, and I was like, "Dang!" I applied to that, didn't get in, sadly, but would just spend like all my free time watching it because I love Diablo, love StarCraft, Warcraft, the universe. Everyone got in open beta, I suppose, and then it just spammed the game from then on, see where it could take me, and I've done a lot with it. Not as much as I had hoped, but here's an opportunity. Hopefully I won't squander it.
So how are you feeling about the future of HOTS now that CCL has been established and there's been a lot of support?
I'm super excited. I hope that obviously this has another season, continues to grow, and that maybe, just maybe, Blizzard and Activision, looks back into the game that has such a strong community. It's been going for a couple years, even after the Pro League has closed down. And ideally, that would be the main goal for another Blizzard-backed, even if they partnered with CCL, something like that, where they actually show some care for their game. I guess I'm trying to put it a nicer way, but more than one patch a month, just show the game some love.
Yeah. So with your battle tag, how did you come up with that name?
I'm a big fan of apology. I'm a big fan of anything Greek mythology, and also, the 300 franchise. Leonidas was the first one, and the main character in the second 300 was the Mysticleez. So it's a play off that name, and also my main slash, I guess, one trick for a while was Lee Sin in League of Legends. So Mysticleez is just a combination of the hero I played and something that I really like, which is Greek mythology. It's also really unique. I've never heard anyone with anything similar. I do get people calling me Mystic or Mysticleez, but Mysticleez, yeah, that's the pronunciation.
So how did you pick the role that you play in HOTS?
Originally I was a ranged DPS because everyone likes to, be the carry, do the damage. But as time progressed, I played the solo lane a lot for the last couple of years for school, because I was surrounded by, like I said, everyone wants to be ranged DPS, so there's obviously going to be good ranged DPS players you can find for a team. But it seemed like solo laners were kind of lacking. So to fill my team's requirements, I played it, and I ended up really liking the playstyle. You seem to have a lot of control over the game, like making the 5v4s happen. Or in HOTS, it's not as flashy, but if you get a solo 1v1 kill in the solo lane, it's like your team's like, what just happened? And then you're like, I just happened. And and now they're losing 2 waves of experience. We have a huge map advantage. So it just fit my playstyle. And now that I've transitioned to the flex, because I have a pretty wide, diverse hero pool, I'm not saying I can play everything at a professional level, but I can play many things at a passable level.
That's awesome. So you mentioned League of Legends. Are there other games that you play casually aside from HOTS?
I'm a big Valorant fan, and I play it casually now while I'm trying to get my aim back, but I was, when I took a break from HOTS, trying to climb the ladder and got to Immortal 2. I kind of stopped there because I didn't think I was going to be up that high, and I had all my friends were golden platinum, So it was a solo grind, and I'm not from an FPS background, and it was very stressful. And I didn't know all the terminology for FPS games. I didn't know I would equate it to bush control and HOTS is maybe jiggle peeking for them, stuff like that. It's I had to learn. It was a ton to soak up in a really short time, and it was really stressful. I just started trying out Apex again.
Oh,
inspired by you. You were talking it up a lot in the new season, so I tried it, and it was actually very fun.
Yeah, right.
There's some new heroes that are actually really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll be looking to play the new Call of Duty when it comes out later today. Hopefully, get some content out for that. See how that takes me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. You're also an FPS player. Usually, people are either FPS or MOBAs or very just one genre. So it's always really cool to see people who play different stuff.
It's really awesome, except I feel kind of guilty when I'm not practicing practicing my craft, if I'm cheating on HOTS with Valorant or something, I'm just I should be spamming some hot game shit, but it's nice to take a break.
Yeah, for sure. So aside from HOTS and like video games and things like that, do you have any hobbies IRL that you spend your time on?
Just recently started going back to the gym. I used to be like a pretty avid, I suppose, workout, like all the supplements, everything, tracking the caloric intake and what I'm eating, all that kind of stuff. Because my brother's big time into that, like Mr. Olympia and all that kind of stuff. So now, with COVID, I couldn't tell now, but I did used to, I did used to be kind of fit. I used to be kind of fit. So I'm looking to get back into shape with that. And along with that, cooking. Me and my girlfriend like to cook a lot of different cuisines. Test it out, we're pretty diverse ourselves, like ethnically. And so we explore all different types of cooking. It's awesome. It's like it's a very intimate way to spend time together.
Yeah, that's so fun. And then at the end of all of this process, you have like something like beautiful and like that you can enjoy.
You hope.
Like the fruit of your labors. Yeah.
The final dish.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're both wearing the Chilly Mountain apparel. Super, super soft. It looks sick.
It's so soft.
It looks awesome. What has been your favorite piece from the line?
My favorite piece is what I call it, the bro tank top. I have one. It's a little cold right now to be wearing that, but it's just a nice work. I think it's gonna be a great workout attire for me.
Yeah.
And it has like a little Chilly CM on the back on your neck, so it's awesome. It's very open, more open than other tank tops, so you're free to work. I think it's perfect for working out.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think my favorite like piece from the line is like the hoodie, which I'm wearing right now. Super soft. Like I'm just like really impressed with how soft and like nice the quality is. And then you're wearing the long sleeve, which looks great. So nice. I'm really excited for everybody to get to know you, Mysticleez.
It's fun. Everyone would call me whatever, but yeah, it's just Mysticleez is just, like I said, just pretty unique and whatnot. So it's long though. So like in team fights or something, in FPS, no one says like Mysticleez, whatever. It's just too long. It's too long. Yeah. So Mystic, yeah.
So we're talking the hoodies. We're talking about the long sleeve. It's getting cold in Washington. What would you say is the best weather to play HOTS in?
Somewhere chilly, of course. Somewhere chilly.
I love that. And with that, we sign off. Mysticleez, everybody. Number 6 pick for Chilly Mountain coming at you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.